It absolutely is. In fact, soy has more anti-cancer properties in it than any other food. So it's a pity to throw the soybean out. I say it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. But soy has been tampered with. And in America today, the soybean that's grown is called Roundup Ready. It's been genetically modified, so there's problem number one. Anything that's been genetically modified has the ability to tamper with our DNA. So whatever the stage of cancer, can you see the natural treatments are always a plus? Because the fact is, more people die from chemotherapy than from cancer. And it's very difficult when you're in the system. So we have seen quite a few people recover from cancer. Much depends on the type of cancer, much depends on how advanced it is, much depends on how diligent the person is to do what you've got to do. Cancer is given these conditions, it thrives. It loves glucose. In fact, cancer cells consume 15 times the glucose of any other cell. And if cancer hates this is what we want to give to the body. Cancer hates no glucose. And cancer hates oxygen. The fact is, cancer cannot live in the presence of oxygen. And cancer hates an alkaline environment. So what we aim for at our retreat is creating an environment that is very low glucose, there's optimum amounts of oxygen, and creating an alkaline environment at the cellular level.
Welcome to today's eye-opening discussion on cancer prevention and gut health with Barbara O'Neill, a world-renowned health expert who has transformed countless lives through her teachings. Today, we're diving into the powerful benefits of fermented foods, specifically how they can kill cancer and heal your gut. You may be surprised to learn how everyday staples can play a crucial role in your health journey. Barbara will reveal why these foods are more than just tasty additions to your diet. They can be a powerful ally in the fight against cancer and support overall gut health. First, let's understand why fermented foods are so important in cancer prevention and gut healing. These foods are rich in probiotics, live bacteria that help restore balance in the gut microbiome.
The gut flora must be maintained because, as Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut, and one of the reasons people are sick today is because of a compromised gut flora, and these cultured foods are vital to help restore that. So these cultured foods, rather than being the enemy and listed as fermented foods, they are not fermented foods, they are cultured foods, and that culturing process is a wonderful healing aid for our gastrointestinal tract.
According to Barbara O'Neill, maintaining a healthy gut is critical, as it directly influences the immune system, digestion, and inflammation levels, all of which play a key role in cancer prevention. When the gut is healthy, the body is better equipped to fight off diseases, including cancer. So which foods does Barbara recommend? Miso. Let's start with miso, a fermented paste made from soybeans. Miso is a traditional Japanese food that's been used for centuries to promote health and longevity. Barbara explains that miso is rich in probiotics, which help boost the immune system and fight cancer. It contains genistein, a compound known to inhibit the growth of cancer cells, particularly breast cancer.
So what these natural estrogens do in the soybean, they work with the human body. So if the cell is low in estrogen, the soybean will, the estrogen in the soybean will go into the cell. But if it does not need it, the cell won't let it in. And so you can see by that illustration that the cell and the plants work together. It's called synergism. Or as the Bible says, God made herbs for the service of man. They're here to serve you.
Miso is also packed with antioxidants, which help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals, reducing the risk of cancer development. According to a review in Food Science and Technology, miso has shown promise in helping to prevent cancer. One important study looked at how adding miso to the diet of rats could affect the development of cancer. In this study, researchers included 10% miso in the rats' diet for 12 weeks while also exposing them to a substance known to induce cancer. The results were encouraging, as the rats that consumed miso had fewer lung tumors and a lower occurrence of a specific type of lung cancer called adenocarcinoma. Additionally, the study found that miso that had been fermented for a longer period, specifically 6 months, was more effective in preventing cancer, compared to miso that had been fermented for only 3 to 4 days. This suggests that the way miso is prepared and the length of time it is fermented can significantly enhance its health benefits. Miso not only supports gut health by promoting the growth of good bacteria but also helps regulate digestion and improve nutrient absorption.
Another cultured food is miso. We love miso, and Japanese are known for their miso soup, and that gives a great boost to your natural flora. Miso's been used for centuries in Japan, and it gives a lovely flavouring to many dishes. I always mix it with a little water to make it smooth and put it into my dish at the end.
Barbara recommends adding miso to soups, salad dressings, or marinades, but make sure not to boil it. High heat can destroy the beneficial probiotics. A simple miso soup with vegetables is an easy way to incorporate this fermented food into your daily routine and support both your gut and your body's ability to fight cancer. Sauerkraut. Next up is sauerkraut, a fermented cabbage dish that's packed with cancer-fighting properties. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the importance of sauerkraut because it's rich in probiotics and high in glucosinolates, compounds that help detoxify the body and protect against cancer.
The question is often asked, are fermented foods good for you? Are cultured foods good for you? So I want to begin by showing that there's a clear distinction between cultured food and fermented food, and I think this is where the confusion arises. When the fermentation process happens, that produces alcohol, and that is not good. But for centuries, in just about every nation that you go to, and whenever I go to other countries, I always investigate this, there was traditionally cultured foods. I think we're very familiar with Europe, especially Germany, with their sauerkraut, and I have friends that grew up in Germany, and that sauerkraut took them through the winter months, because when sauerkraut is made, it's really the cabbage is crushed with the hands and it's salted and it starts to culture. And that culturing process releases B vitamins. That culturing process also produces lactobacillus, so that's great to boost the healthy or the good gut flora in our gastrointestinal tract.
The fermentation process enhances the bioavailability of nutrients in cabbage, making it even more powerful in supporting gut health and immune function. Sauerkraut is particularly beneficial in reducing inflammation, a key factor in the development of cancer. Chronic inflammation in the body creates an environment where cancer cells can thrive, but sauerkraut's anti-inflammatory properties can help counteract this. According to a review in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, a study examined the relationship between cabbage and sauerkraut consumption and breast cancer risk among Polish migrant women in the United States. The research found that women who ate high amounts of these foods had a significantly lower risk of developing breast cancer. This protective effect was especially noted for those who maintained their traditional diets after migrating. Additionally, its high fiber content supports healthy digestion and helps regulate blood sugar levels, which is crucial for maintaining overall health.
They love their sauerkraut. It's one of the best ways to ensure great gut flora in the gastrointestinal tract. So people that have had damaged gut flora from antibiotic use, they will find this piece of information helpful.
Barbara advises eating sauerkraut regularly. Add it to salads, sandwiches, or use it as a side dish to support your gut and reduce cancer risk. Soy yogurt. Soy yogurt, especially when it's non-GMO and organic, is another fermented food that Barbara O'Neill strongly recommends for its gut healing and cancer-fighting properties.
And it is said that he saved the lives of thousands of babies with his soy milk. Now that soybean was not genetically modified. That soybean was not grown with chemicals. And it is true that especially in the US, the majority of soybeans are called Roundup Ready because they've been genetically modified to resist Roundup. And an American farmer told me one day, he said, did you know that the field is sprayed 5 times before harvest? That means that soybean, not only has it been genetically modified, which makes it difficult for the body to recognize and can even contribute to cancer, but it's got 5 doses. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doses of Roundup. And Roundup directly affects the hormones. So the soybean that can certainly contribute to breast cancer, any endocrine cancer, men or women, is that soybean. And it's not the natural estrogen in the soybean, it's the chemicals on the soybean. There are some natural estrogens in the soybean, but they are so minor.
Soy yogurt is rich in probiotics, just like other fermented foods, but it also contains isoflavones, plant compounds that have been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer cells. These compounds are particularly effective against hormone-related cancers, like breast and prostate cancer. Barbara highlights that soy yogurt is a great dairy alternative, especially for those looking to reduce inflammation or avoid animal products. It helps balance the gut microbiome, improves digestion, and supports the immune system, all of which are key in preventing cancer. According to a review in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, soy foods may play a significant role in preventing breast cancer. The review discusses a study involving 306 women with breast cancer and 662 healthy women, which found that those who consumed higher amounts of soy isoflavones, natural compounds in soy, had a lower risk of developing breast cancer. Specifically, women who ate more than 43.75 milligrams of soy isoflavones daily had a significantly reduced risk compared to those who consumed less than 18.76 milligrams.
And she said when people ask her about soy now, she's got a very simple answer. She said, God made it good, man mucked it up. So in other words, if you can get non-GMO, organically grown soybean, it's a remarkable bean. And all through Asia, it's been used for centuries.
The study also looked at dairy products containing a probiotic called Lactobacillus casei serota. It found that women who frequently consumed these dairy products also had a lower risk of breast cancer. This suggests that both soy isoflavones and probiotics may work together to help reduce cancer risk. Make sure to choose non-GMO, organic soy yogurt to avoid harmful additives and pesticides. You can enjoy it on its own, blend it into smoothies, or add it to fruit for a healthy snack that supports your gut and fights cancer. As Barbara O'Neill teaches, incorporating these 3 fermented foods into your daily routine is a simple but powerful step in preventing cancer and healing your gut. These foods not only support your body's natural defenses, but also help reduce inflammation, regulate digestion, and improve overall health. If you have any questions or experiences with these foods, share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more health tips from Barbara O'Neill. Stay tuned for more life-changing information on cancer prevention and holistic health.